am Zamangwane Khanyile, but you can call me Zama. 35 years old, currently employed by Bioenvirotech as the head of research and development. So I'm not an entrepreneur as such, but I am in a senior role in the company. It's been 11 years now, in fact. I've never worked anywhere else. I've been with them for a third of my life already. By qualification, I am a chemical engineer. I studied at KZN Top College. How I got into chemical engineering? Okay, so I've always did well at school, right? Okay, it didn't come easily. Obviously, I had to put in the hard work, and I've always wanted to challenge myself in some way, all right? So when it came to choosing a career, I went and did a bit of research, and I wanted to find out which one was the most difficult, because for some reason, I like to make, life hard for myself. So I learned about chemical engineering, and it piqued my interest, and I thought I'd go for it. It wasn't easy. Lots of sleepless nights, obviously, but I managed to go through it in record time, right? During my tertiary education, I had gotten sponsorship from the same company I'm working for now. They paid for everything right through. And as soon as I graduated, they took me in from graduate level, and I sort of worked my way up to senior management now. Look, from my upbringing was not the easiest. Okay, it was really tumultuous. I wanted something, that could help me make an impact on people around me, make an impact in the world. And engineering for me was the way to go, Along the way, during my journey, I've met a couple of people at work specifically. They've really helped me grow. For example, my mentor from when I was a graduate was Warren Sachs, who was also an engineer at the time, and I found him to be really, spectacular. He was so eloquent and just on the ball, and I wanted to be like half the person he was. I also shadowed a very great man as well, that I eventually took over his role. In the R&D space. He was very knowledgeable, I think the best in Africa. And he sort of motivated me to want to be the best as well. My current boss now, who joined the company after me, actually, has also been an inspiration. He's got a great story to tell himself. He comes from humble beginnings, and he's done so well for himself. But he challenged me, and in challenging me, he also gave me the space to grow. Because, when I joined the company, I was just a little girl coming out of school, and I was seen like a student for the longest time. And then he was like, no, there's something there. He saw some potential, and he would come to me for assistance. I actually taught him some stuff, some technical stuff about, our products and processes and everything. And we sort of grew together. Some of the challenges I've experienced. Okay, so my formal education is quite different to what I'm doing now. Chemical engineering, you learn about design, and you're supposed to know how to design a process to manufacture sulfuric acid. And here I got into textiles, like what even is a technical textile? So I had to learn everything again from scratch. And also being like a young black girl in a very, very male-dominated space was a bit challenging, in that you have to work almost 5 times, 10 times as much to be seen, almost. I remember walking into the shop floor initially, and it was all older males that I eventually had to tell what to do. How do you tell someone that's as old as your dad what to do, who knows so much more? But I just humbled myself. I told myself that, no, these guys know more than me. I'm here to learn. I came from a place of respect for how far they'd come, and I would... instead of coming across as being bossy and cheeky, I would be suggestive and consultative, like, what do you think of this? And I sort of gained respect in that way, until I eventually could call the shots. Look, I must admit that I had a lot of support. My sponsor at the time was a second generation owner of the business. the late Mr. Hans Bayer. So he sort of made sure that I wouldn't be abused. But not to say that I was favored in any way. I mean, I'm here because of the results that I've been able to achieve. I've put in the work, the time, the effort. So future goals. Okay, so I'm currently undergoing a master's program with the university in America. It's still in textile sciences. I want to take that as far as being, the lead industrial filtration experts in Africa. That's my ultimate aim. Besides that, I'd like to give back to my community. There's still a lot of struggle in my community. I'd like to build some sort of arts and crafts center where we do some arts out of recycled goods, or where we take in young kids off the streets, and help them, express themselves creatively, because I've always been a creative person myself. That's the ultimate goal for me. Young women that are following in my path. It takes a lot of sacrifice, but such is life. I mean, you have to choose your struggle. I mean, waking up in the morning to go to school is painful. I would much rather, sleep in and watch movies all day. But which pain is better? Not being educated and finding a good job. Pain is better. Which one do you choose? Going to work sometimes is not so easy. You have to drag yourself there, but would you rather not, be able to afford your life, your goals, or would you just put in the effort? So choose a struggle, and don't be afraid. I mean, I think industry now is really acceptive of women more than ever before. I mean, there's great opportunities now for women. Being woman is not a hindrance anymore. You literally can do and have whatever you want if you put in the effort. So put in the efforts, follow your wildest dreams, and don't be afraid to try something new. Test the limits. I mean, I've done that so much in my company right now. Done things that people thought could never be done. Delivering innovative products, testing the limits, fine-tuning our processes so that we could up our outputs and all of that. So test the limits, be brave, and don't be afraid to follow your wildest dreams. I mean, growth in itself, the definition of growth is change, and change is doing and trying something new. When I have time out, I have to spend it with my family. I am very family-oriented. Look, I've been in sort of a cocoon a lot of, in my life for quite a while, trying to get the studies going and getting employment so I could help out at home and all of that, and sort of neglected some of those relationships, but I'm trying to build that again. I've got a 9-year-old daughter, that is. We love going to the beach. She's crazy about it. She's also very artistic, so I'm trying to help her with that as well. She loves her paintings and her drawings. I also enjoy using my sister as a guinea pig for trying out new hairstyles. I love it. Yeah, and then just reading as much as I can. Being part of the KZN Top 40 Business Women is the recognition I really, really have been longing for, and I'm grateful for. Being in a manufacturing environment is very pressurized. It's high emotions. Sometimes you feel like your efforts are not even being, recognized. So being here today, it's like, oh, okay. So it's all been for something. Thank you. It's really great. It's the recognition that I've been looking for. It really means a lot.